Oh yeah, what's going on guys? In today's video I go over the Canon CR3 format that comes out of the Canon M50. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay guys, so this is a Canon M50, and if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing because I am doing a full review, video by video. I'm answering your questions about the Canon M50. So let's start off by, if you have any questions about the Canon M50, please leave them in the comments down below and I will try to make a video about your question. Okay guys, so recently I took photos of my cousin and it was with this thing. It is a Canon M50 and this is a Canon EF to EFM lens mount adapter, and this is a Canon 70 to 200 2.8 ISL lens. It's a beast of a lens for portraits and sports. But you know, when I shoot photos, I shoot in RAW. RAW, no JPEGs, just straight up RAW. And guess what? I shot all these beautiful images. See the images right here? But when I loaded the images to my computer, they were in a weird, or I wouldn't say weird, but new Canon CR3 format. The old format for Canon RAW is CR2, but the images that come out of here, the RAW images, is CR3. Now, if you're watching this video, you might ask, what is RAW images? Basically, it's not JPEG. So a JPEG image is compressed, while RAW is basically whatever the sensor sees, it writes it into a file, and that file is basically the raw data from the sensor. So a JPEG image, which you see out of an iPhone or most common, JPEG is very common and it's very small, so it's very easy to handle. But JPEGs are compressed and they're very lossy. When I say lossy, that means every time you save it, you lose quality, while a raw image keeps it's lossless, so you don't lose any data, you don't lose anything to compression when you save it again. But yeah, so if you do shoot photos, I recommend you shoot RAW. But if you shoot RAW with the Canon M50, watch out, because there's only one program when I'm making this video, as I'm making this video, there's only one program that reads the CR3 format out of the Canon M50, and that is Canon Digital Professional Photo, or Canon Professional Photo, DPP. I'm cutting you off right there. Well, this portion of the video, this clip I'm shooting right now, is shot after Adobe has added support of Canon CR3 file formats that comes out of the Canon M50. Oh yeah. Now guys, the question is, why should you shoot RAW? Now, I know some people shoot JPEGs, and if you shoot JPEGs for a reason, good for you. Now, my question to you is, why would you throw away information? Why would you do it? So basically, RAW is basically the ones and zeros, the exact information from the sensor burned into a file. Now, if you shoot JPEG, that JPEG is burned, is set in stone with all the settings that you set with the camera. So all the creative settings that you set with the camera, like the sharpness, the contrast, all those settings, the color balance, the color temperature, all those settings are set in stone into a JPEG, and you cannot change them in post that easily. With the RAW images, the CR3 that's shot with the Canon M50 or any digital camera these days, that image is basically the file, the ones and zeros off the sensor, and you can do anything you want. You have total creative control in post, in Photoshop, in Lightroom to edit that photo. Not to mention, you have a higher dynamic range, which means you have more range, more wideness, you have more values from light to dark, you have more colors, you have the ability to have more colors, and quite frankly, you can do a lot more with a raw image than you can JPEG. Now, Don't get me wrong, there are many reasons to shoot JPEG, and one of them is if you want to shoot a burst of photos in, let's say for example, the Canon M50, I can shoot like 10 to 12 images consecutively with the Canon M50 in JPEG. But if I move to shooting with RAW, I can only do 6 frames, then have to wait for a second, let the buffer clear, then shoot 6 more. But see, yes, that's the only reason I can see why somebody would shoot JPEG is because they want to have more frames shot consecutively in burst mode. Oh yeah, one more thing. This is kind of a thing that for like in the past, so if you're shooting photos like in 2004, 5, 6, memory was expensive. And yes, sometimes, you know, you gotta shoot JPEGs because you're running out of memory, but and today, 2018, when I'm shooting this video, memory is cheap. So back in the day, I can say the only other reason would be to if you're running out of space or you want to save on space, because, well, JPEGs are, quite frankly, much smaller than RAW. But yes, if you're a photographer, okay, maybe there's a third reason. If you're a photographer, shoot RAW. There's no reason why you shouldn't shoot RAW. But if you are a photo taker, you know, somebody that, you know, takes photos, selfies, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever other social media platforms out there these days, yes, you shoot JPEG. If you just shoot JPEG and you don't want the overhead of editing the photos, if you just want to show your grandma, show your father, mother, yeah, if you just want to show the images, you don't want to do any editing, then shooting JPEG is fine. But like I said, if you're a like true photographer that wants to edit the photo, have full creative control, then shoot RAW. Trust me, shoot RAW. But yeah, guys, that is my little lesson for today. Canon M50. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Haha, that's a lot to say. But yeah, guys, for real. Canon M50, full review, answering your questions on this channel, video by video. Okay, guys, until next time. Thank you for watching, and peace out.